New tonight, a registered sex offender with a history spanning 26 years is back in jail tonight. Lord Cole's bond may soon be revoked for violating some key conditions that kept him out of prison.
Fox 13's Martin Staunton is live outside 201 Poplar tonight. Martin, you've been digging into the cases against Cole.
Yeah, Daryl, I moved to one of those places where he was accused of being too close to kids because the latest affidavit for Lord Cole labels him a violent sex offender. He was sentenced to 8 years of supervised probation for attempted rape. And investigators say that includes prohibitions on leaving the state, contact with kids, and social media accounts. And that's what landed him back in trouble.
God is always watching. You don't get away with anything. You will pay for what you do, one way or the other.
Fox 13 interviewed Lord Cole a few months ago when his restaurant was vandalized. Back then, he was hoping police would catch the criminals. Now, they've caught him again. Cole pleaded guilty to attempted statutory rape in 2023. Police say late last year, he violated the terms of his sex offender status. According to an affidavit in the case, this is a Facebook account Cole did not register with law enforcement as required. It's listed under the name New Money Cole. He's also prohibited from being around children in a public place, but investigators say he attended the Jingle Jam event at the Brooks Museum in December. They say he traveled out of state without required permission and went to Six Flags near St. Louis. All infractions were reportedly gathered from Cole's unregistered social media account. The violations alleged reactivates Cole's original charges, which are now listed on his Tennessee sex offender registration: criminal attempted rape, aggravated assault, criminal attempted aggravated rape, and theft of property. There's a petition to revoke Cole's suspended sentence.
And Cole is due back in court next week. We did reach out to the DA's office to see what's next in Cole's case, but we have not heard back. Daryl?
Fox 13's Martin Staunton live in downtown Memphis tonight. Thank you, Martin.
So, I just want to step out in front of this madness regarding the things that are going along and circulating about my husband, and the news clips that are being shared and reposted regarding his status. Yes, my husband is a registered sex offender, but it's not due to pedophilia or anything that everybody is rumoring out here. And I just want to be clear and transparent about all the things that's going on, because at this point, you guys have endangered my family by sharing my personal address, all the personal information regarding my cars, all my vehicles, tag numbers, license plates. I'm getting threats to my business, and you're endangering my staff. So let me just step in and say something about this, other than just a news headline that everybody is running on and doing their own speculations and continuing to share. At the age of 16, my husband was involved with a young lady. And at that time, it was the whole chat line thing going on, where he was 16 years old at the time. He met a young lady online, picked her up. They had sex. It was consensual sex from what I was told and what I have. I actually do have the discovery and the police reports and all of that documented from that day, because we had to go to court on it. And I'm always avid for bookkeeping, so I have an entire file drawer of nothing but legal shit that has happened. So according to the statement, the young lady was 13 at the time that he was 16. She did admit that she lied about her age after the fact, because she felt like when the situation was over and she got in trouble for it, instead of her getting in trouble, her out was to say that I got raped. He admitted that it was consensual sex, and all of this is in the documents where she said that she lied about her age. She told him that she was 16 because she didn't want him to think that she was too young for him. She really liked him or whatever. When it came to going to court or anything like that at that age, the parents decided not to press charges because they pretty much said that they were both kids and they made a stupid mistake, and they didn't want to pursue or put this on his record nor hers, and they didn't want it to carry on to her the rest of her life. So the parents decided not to press charges. That's the reason why he did not get arrested at 16 years old. However, when Memphis got in trouble with all those backlogs of all those rape kits and everything like that, that kit was included in it. And although it says it in the documents that the parents elected not to pursue charges, the state decided to indict him on it. And they bumped the charge up to an aggravated rape instead of no rape at all, because nothing happened. I mean, there was no rape involved. It was consensual sex. It says it in all the original documents. Let me reiterate that. She said where she recanted her story, and because she thought she was going to get in trouble, she didn't want to get in trouble. Because she wasn't supposed to be skipping school. They both skipped school to do this. Fast forwarding, when my husband was in his 20s, he decided to be a D-boy. He wanted to be out here in these streets. He's a young man in his 20s, and he decided that, hey, I want to see a dope. I want to see a cocaine. I want to see a weed. I want to do all this. He getting in trouble. He getting in fights. He getting all this other shit that's happening to him as a young dude. So, of course, when he got indicted about this rape case at the age of 33, he had already had three prior cases that were currently open that we were going to court on. So what the DA decided to do at the time, they're going to put all 4 cases together to try to, what I want to say, not create a profile, but to pretty much try to characterize him as a menace to society. They can build a case off of that if we compile all 4 of them. They did serve the young lady. They found her, contacted her, and served her and made her come to court. She's 30 at this time. She has a husband. She has 3 kids. So she had to come to court because she was served. When talking to his attorney and the DA, she said, yes, I really don't want to deal with this because that was in my past. I was a kid. I was stupid. I don't want to pursue it. I don't want to even think about that anymore. It's so far in the past, I barely remember. So, but she was like, I told them then that I had lied about it. So I just didn't want to get in trouble about the whole situation. But I really don't want to do anything with this. I've moved on. The DA said, in order for them to remove that or drop that case, she would have to go before the stand and admit that she lied on her original statement and that she didn't want to press charges on this indictment. And that was the original deal. However, the trade-off is that if she did that, they said that she would get either 3 years, it was a chance she can get up to 3 years in prison, or, you know, how they be threatening people. She can get up to 3 years for falsifying documents. Of course, this woman don't know him. She ain't seen him in 20-some years. Of course, she said, hell no. I'm not finna do nothing for nobody I don't fucking know. I don't owe you anything. Even though I was wrong and I admitted that I was wrong, but I'm not willing to go on file to say that, and it's going to jeopardize my freedom and my own background history because it carries further than that. It hurts the chances whether I get a good job or anything like that. I mean, I can understand that, and she was accountable. She held herself accountable for it, but she's not willing to understand the decision that she made. So after they told her that, they rescheduled the court date to give her time to think about it. Meanwhile, she disappeared completely. She changed her phone number. They have rescheduled that court date 3 or 4 times after that because she's no longer at the address that was on file. She completely disappeared. So they came back and counter-offered. We'll drop it down to an attempted rape. since the plant, damn, I can't even think what they call. Not the defendant, but the complainant, I guess is what it called. We'll drop it down anyway to a lesser charge. If he goes on we can offer this plea deal, because at this time he was in jail for 9 months because of this, and we're going back and forth to court, because of this indictment. He's in jail 9 months. At this time I'm 8 months pregnant, and I end up giving birth to my son. He got out when my son was 5 months old, and I had another baby that we had just recently had, which is Lord Jr. And Lord Jr. was 8 months old. Let me take that back. Lord Jr. was 8 months old, and I was like 4 months pregnant or something like that. But I was pregnant with an infant. I'm running a business, which was our food truck at the time, and I'm struggling. So when they came with the offer, okay, so we can't locate her anymore. Here's what we're willing to do. Those other cases, they couldn't separate the cases, apparently, because they had already compiled them and wanted to build a character. We can offer you, if we go to trial on these cases, the way things are looking, you might not get a trial date set for another 6 or 7 months. He said, but if we go to trial, his attorney says, we go to trial, if you lose either of the 4 cases that you have, you're facing 21 years. But what the DA is prepared to offer you is if a plea deal of 8 years of probation, supervised probation. But you're going to have to go on the stand and plead guilty to each of these charges. Of course, my husband chose his freedom. He has a pregnant wife out here. He has an infant. He has 3 other children that are in school, and I'm doing it all by myself. So, of course, my husband chose his freedom. We knew what the circumstances were. We knew that he was going to have to get on the registry. And we was trying to keep that under wraps because it's our own personal business. Not that I owe anybody an explanation. My husband has never touched a child. He's not a pedophile. So all of this shit that's being spread about, oh, he's having the family night, and the new restaurant is right across from the Boys and Girls Club, and y'all watch y'all kids. It ain't shit like that. And it's like people speculating. I mean, people are so ignorant to the fact that when you hear the word pedophilia, you immediately think children. I can go out here and I can flash in the middle of downtown, and I go on a sex offender list because I become a sexual offender because I flashed. That don't mean I touched the kid. I can be in a crowd and I can hump everybody that walk past me and go to jail. I'm a sex offender. I did not touch a child. So let's be clear on that, because I'm tired of that, because most of the threats that I'm getting is based off children. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is something he did when he was 16 years old. And even the news headline says 42-year-old Lord Cole. And then it says it's stemming 26 years. 42 from 26 is 16, guys. Nobody's doing the math. Nobody's doing the math. My husband has not committed any crime since he's been an adult. In fact, all he's done was help people. He's helped the employees that we've had and that we have. We've helped people get cars. We've brought people up out of poverty. We've helped people out of homelessness. He has helped so many people. You can ask anybody that personally knows us. We both will drop. We will put our stuff to the side to help somebody. We've helped our employees move. We've helped so many different people excel in life. We've donated to organizations, but not to say that for points or anything like that. I'm saying this to you, and I'm not saying this because that's my husband. I'm saying this because he's a great person, and y'all are crucifying him based on a headline, and it's infecting our entire family. It's affecting my work staff, where my people are coming to work and they don't feel safe because people are asking them, "Don't you work there?" I've had so many employees that saying that people are texting them or inboxing, "Don't ain't that the place you work at?" I've stopped reading comments because the things you guys say is very disheartening. And you run off of anything negative. You don't spread the good things. But anytime there's something negative, it's the crabs in the barrel mentality that I can't stand in this city. I don't know. And even though it was portrayed like that, I hate the way the news put it out. The restaurant that was vandalized, that had nothing to do with nothing. There was no victims' families getting revenge, as it was put out there. That was simply a whole nother altercation dealing with our name. I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not going to give him that type of clout. But someone was out here at one point claiming to be the business owner of our restaurant. And he had an entertainment business where he threw parties, and said that once he got, and he did at one point or something when they was in school, because it was one of my husband's classmates. He did it at one point, and then when he got out of jail or prison or wherever he was at, he came to us and was like, hey, y'all share the same name that I have. Why don't we help each other by doing this? I'm trying to get my platform back up, because that's what I do. I do brand ambassadors. I'm a brand ambassador. I help other business, even went online to show us the other businesses that he's sharing and he's liking and he's interacting with people and bringing clients in, and he's doing that. He was like, I want to help you and you help me. I'm building my platform up. The more people, businesses that I get on my platform, and it shows that I'm helping build a brand, I'm helping to bring them business, the more business I'll get, because it'll be a good reputation for me, and it'll look good for me. That led up until this man started claiming that he actually owns the business, even taking even on social media, thanking people for the success of his business and starting his new business and all of that. Coming in the restaurant, taking photos with people in front of things, and really, on some real pretend shit. So when I checked him on it on social media, he immediately says, well, you're using my name and you're going to pay me for it. And if you don't pay me for it, you gonna see how long my arm reach in these streets. So that's why my business was continuously vandalized, because I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. First of all, the name spellings are completely different. I don't owe you anything. I built my own. We built this company from the ground up. And anybody that has known us over the last 20 years, with our food truck, with all the other companies that we've had, all the other types of businesses that we had, has always been Hill Boys. I didn't even know you, for that matter, and you weren't even thought of until you plugged yourself into the situation. You came to us asking to help me help you. So that whole vandalism thing, we figured it out. We found it out after, the streets got to talking, and then, he arrogantly started bragging about the things that he was doing, and he was the one doing it. We figured it out then. So it's like this whole thing with y'all tying him being arrested had nothing to do with vandalism. And furthermore, the reason why he wasn't even arrested, he turned himself in Thursday. He turned himself in because he violated his probation officer violated his probation for social media and for us leaving the state. Which, the social media, I really feel like is my fault, because I created the social media, but it was only used for a tool for our business. He knows over half the city. So I created him a page in his likeness to post on the business page, to tag with him, to share to his audience. And I was doing it with my page as well. So that's what I was trying to convey to the PO, is that even though he has a social media, he's not active. If you look on his page, there's nothing but shares and tags. He's not actually posting at all. Matter of fact, I'm the one that's logged in on his phone. But I had to recently delete it because of all of this BS that's going on. And I didn't want anybody to be further attacking him based on a headline, a news headline. So I deactivated the page until we go before the judge, and then I can actually prove that I was the one utilizing the Facebook page, because it's strictly used as a business tool. That's it. It's tags and posts on there. He don't even have, actually he don't have no social media. He don't even like social media because he says it's so messy. But, and then the whole Six Flags thing, so it was something that we was trying to do for our kids. I knew that we wasn't supposed to go out of town, so yeah, we do hold ourselves accountable for that. But even with that, he's not even in the video. He's not in no videos from St. Louis. He was just tagged in it. So yeah, that's my fault. And I feel really bad for it. So, I guess, I mean, I know what God has in store for us, and God will provide. This shit gonna eventually blow over. But as of now, I'm just dealing with it. I'm really just dealing with it. My husband is a good man. He's nice to all. He's generous. Matter of fact, he's overly fucking generous. Anybody that has come into contact with him can tell you how great of a person he is. He has his energy, he has his spirit about him. That is very contagious. Which is why at one point, everybody calling Lord to help. Lord, can you help me move? Lord, can you take me here? Lord, can you help me get to work? Lord, can I borrow this? And not once did he do anything for points. That's why people don't know these things. Only the people that he knows he's done things for. They've never heard repeated what he's done for them. If he helped you move, he didn't let nobody else know he helped you move. Because it's not done from points, it's from the heart. And all of these things that makes him such a good person, it only takes one thing for people to crucify him and not even know the details of the doggone matter. Yeah, there was an affidavit that was posted online for aggravated assault. That was me too. I went up to my restaurant one night, and he was drunk and fucked up. And the little manager on duty I hired at the time, she's the one that called me. It was like my husband was hitting on her. So she tells me to go back and roll back the cameras. I look at all the cameras and I see he all over this chick, like all over the building. So I come up there and I telling them to close my store down. And he's still drunk as hell. Didn't even look up to see me. Came around the corner and rubbed this girl across her ass in front of me. Y'all, I hit this man with everything I fucking had. Yes, I started the fight. Yes, I called the police. And I didn't let up on his ass. Because you got me fucked up. But since then, my husband has changed. He's given up all drugs and alcohol and anything else that he was on. He is not the same person. And that was several fucking years ago. But like I said, it's my own personal life. This is my marriage. And that's what I agreed to through thick and thin, through sick or poor. So I worked with him through his sobriety, through his illness, and through everything else turmoil that he was going through. He has come up out of that a totally different person. But he has never touched a kid. And that's what I'm trying to get the public to understand. Please don't run off the first thing you know. I mean, the first thing that you see. Y'all believe everything y'all see. Or y'all read a news headline and some pictures. And y'all run with it. And then there's even more people on here that's just like dead set on downloading affidavits and documents and all that stuff. Like, get a fucking life. You that thirsty for views? You that thirsty for followers? That you live off other people's hurt and other people's pain and the things that they're dealing with in their life for some fucking followers. Do something positive with your life. That's probably why you don't have as many as you do. But yeah, and still, I'm a survivor. And I've always been a survivor. And one thing about me is I'm going to do what it takes. So and God always going to protect me. He's going to protect my family. And he's going to protect my husband. That's the reason why we prosper the way we do. Well, even with the vandalism at the Memphis store, that was not a scam. And people, at that time, people was calling it a scam, but I'm at work the next day. And the day after, and the day after. If it was scam, I would have took a fucking check and went on vacation. Now, what that did was, it brought me worldwide recognition because we was reached out from politicians all over the United States asking to bring a Hill Boys there. All the way to Sacramento, California. Congressmen and governors was like, hey, I see what happened to you, because the video went more than 2.5 million views. We see what happened. We don't have anything like that on the coast. I had somebody reach out to us from Detroit. I had somebody from Chicago. I had somebody from Colorado, Oklahoma, Florida, all the way up to New York City. People reaching out because they saw that we were genuine and they saw the pain and the bullshit that we're going through. And we didn't use everything that we got, the donations that we got, we used it towards our staff. We used it towards rebuilding our image, and we used it towards repairs in our building. We didn't buy no fucking food truck. I saw somebody comment. We don't even have a food truck no more. We sold that. We have 2 restaurants only. Yeah, we're going to get one because we're going to continue expanding. We're going to continue building. We're going to continue growing because that's what we do. I can't even sit up here and say, why this happening to me? Shit, why not? Ain't that what Kevin Gates said? I was built for this shit, so why not? Because I can do it. God won't put it on me if I couldn't do it. But I need y'all to understand. Leave my family alone. Leave my family the fuck alone because it's getting too personal. I got people driving by my house and shit. I don't want to be the next one to make the news. That's all I had to say, y'all.